Guys, it's Muffin here again. This time showing you a video about how to build a ranger and what skills to get and where to train, all that good stuff. So yeah, I hope everybody's day is going great. Today's the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys have a favorite team or if you even watch the Super Bowl, but let me know. I'm hoping the Broncos win. I'm not that much of a fan, but I do watch occasionally. What was I doing over here? Oh yeah, farming for JXP. Anyways, let me get out of here somehow. Alright. Let me just kill this thing. So then I can return wing back. I hope the game volume is not too loud. I love that skill, by the way. I'm hoping to max it. Hello, fellow person. Alright, bye, fellow person. Item bag. Just lower a little bit, just in case. It's always good to have return wings, just in case you get stuck somewhere. There we go. Alright, let's get back so I can show you guys how to build one. I mean, some of you may know, but this is just for the people who don't know. Alright, let's run over here somewhere. Stare at the beautiful sky. Alright. So, the first thing which you're going to want to do is, when you start playing Avabel, you can keep swapping classes to play with them till, I think, 20. Once you hit 20 and you change class, you can't change back anymore, so just be aware of that. But anyways, besides that, so when you pick Ranger, what you're going to want to start doing is, in my opinion, pump up dex to a good amount. I would say 30, that's where I stopped at, because I started noticing that I was critting a lot more. And when you're a low level, and you have such high dex, you'll be critting the monsters a lot, doing more damage than, if you would just pump it into strength. And it helps out a lot in the beginning, at least from what I've noticed. Once you're at 30, I would suggest stopping, because you can get 10 from, or 10 or 12 or whatever I have right now, from guild passives and your normal character passives. And once you go over, I think, 45 something or so dex, I heard it's detrimental. I heard it gets worse as you keep adding more dex. So I would suggest stopping at like 40 at least total. Because somebody was saying on the forums, I did some research, they were saying that it gets, like, you start critting a lot less if you max it too much or if you put too much dex in. I don't know. I was just following what I read, and I'm sure they did more testing than I did, so I was listening. Anyways, so yeah, once you hit about 30 dex, that'd be good. Then just start pumping everything else into strength. And that's all you're going to want to focus on from the rest of your time playing Avabel. Now, you're going to be saying, strength? Why would I put strength into a ranger? Well, I know, right? It sounds crazy. But in Avabel, it's probably the only game that I've seen do that. But yeah, strength increases ranger attack. In other games, you would pump almost everything into dex and that would work, but this one's different. And don't get any intelligence or any mentality. You don't want to bump those stats up for your ranger. That just doesn't make sense. But vitality, dex, and strength are the only ones you're going to want to put points into. I would suggest vitality, maybe if you're not, like, surviving long enough. But personally, as a ranger, you should be far away. You shouldn't be getting hit by almost anything. Unless you're playing reckless like I do sometimes. But other than that, you're just going to want to focus on dex and strength. Magic defense for your armor, that's what you're going to want to focus on. Don't focus on regular defense because you shouldn't be getting hit by physical attacks if you're a ranger. Just pump up that M defense and you should be okay. And make sure you strengthen it to increase your stats on the gear. Now for skills. Let's talk about skills. Oops, sorry guild. I'll talk to you guys later on skills. For skills, the first thing you're going to want to focus on is charge shot. I think it's supposed to be level 5. Just follow what it says to unlock these two, arrow dust and wasting. Those are the two you're going to want to focus on. They're the best skills to level up, to train, because they're AoE attacks, which means they'll hit multiple enemies at once. And they also do the most, like they also shoot the most arrows, I'm sorry. And so yeah, you want to make sure you get those two first, and that way leveling will be a lot easier. And I think Wide Fangs is required to get it, to get arrow dust and wasting, and also yeah, charge shot at a certain level. So just pump those up to the necessary amount. And then once you do that, I would suggest maxing arrow dust out and wasting, or you can save it for other skills. Then after those two, I would suggest getting strength to increase your attack and dex. Those two will help out the most. Then after that, you know, just add SP, HP, whatever you want, really. You can just add to whatever skills you need or want. I suggest getting long scope too, because with boss fights and even in PvP, it lets you hit a lot further. Also, if you level up certain skills, as you can read in the description, it says extends the range of thrown items for a period of time. So, say example for full burst, usually you jump up and you throw a grenade, or you jump up and back and you throw a grenade. Now you'll be able to throw it further with this skill. I'm pretty sure you can anyways. Yeah. Combo blow I didn't like too much. Like I said, getting up close isn't the point of a ranger in my opinion. And then I have a gun skill on accident. Oops. I didn't know what it was at first. And then reduction, you should get that if you like using charge shot or skills that charge up. Personally, I don't usually use them all the time, so I only put 1 point into it because it's very low JXP. And then for this stuff, I would actually take that jump shortcut off and put another class skill on it, just so it's easier to access, because you don't really use that one all the time. Just to jump over an obstacle or two, you don't use it in combat. Evade is very useful. It's not like other games, where you can just sit there and attack and attack and attack. You actually have to dodge, or you will get murdered. You will die and bleed a horrible death if you don't evade. Planning. This is very useful too, if you're going to train. It increases your dex by 30%. Wow, oops. I'm sorry. It increases your gained XP by 30%. My mind just kind of went iffy there. And you should also use that in conjunction when... Here, I'll show you now. Over here in the chat, like, you see how it says raise 20% item drop rate? There's times during the day where it'll increase your XP that you get from killing monsters. So I would train at times, you know, when you get 30 XP boost or whatever it is that they give you. Let's see what other skills to talk about. I think that cut it for that stuff. Oh yeah, first aid, that's not useful. You just recover very, very small and you can't level up. Like, you recover maybe like 3 HP or 5 HP for 1 SP. I'd rather just sit there and go, like, watch TV or something while I recover it. Oh yeah, and once you advance classes, this I'm not sure. I don't know what this does yet. I'm pretty sure since it says raise basic status, it just raises your stats like very little. I haven't kept an eye on it, so I'm not sure. Spike shot. This is the one that you're definitely going to want. It's the most, in my opinion, DPS heavy, or best DPS skill for the ranger. Since, as you can see, here I'll show you now, the speed at which it shoots is ridiculously fast. And especially if you don't use the, if you don't press it 3 times in a row, and you just keep spamming the 2, it'll go really fast. You just gotta time it right. Yeah, see, like that. But if you spam it, the third shot takes a little bit longer. And it's way faster than, you know, just holding auto shoot. It does cost a lot of SP, as you just saw my bar go down. But it kills things so fast. Yeah, so let me go back to show you guys. Sorry if I'm talking too much too or too fast. Mirror Pierce. Mirror Pierce, I think this is... I'm not even going to show you guys. I'm too lazy to actually set the skill back to a shortcut. But that Mirror Pierce skill, it's just... It's useless. I don't find it useful in any way. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But you're going to need to level it up to get this one, which from what I've heard from friends and guildmates is that in PvP this is very useful. I'm pretty sure it's you jump back and you shoot arrows. Like it says in the description, a tricky move that kicks up the opponent and fires. So you basically do that kick backwards and then you shoot arrows. So it's good for PvP if you want to get up close, or if somebody rushes you, you hit that and then you get back and you do some damage. But yeah, this skill don't use. Terrible, in my opinion. I'm not a pro, but it's terrible. There's way better skills to use instead of that one. So yeah, that's it for skills and how I built everything and the reasons why. What else should I talk about? Okay, where to train and whatnot. In my opinion, up to like 50, like what I'm at right now, 54, 53, maybe around the 50s, low 50s, you're going to want to do quests. Because that's probably the best JXP to get and regular XP. It's probably the fastest way of earning it. Killing the monsters, like, slowly, it'll take too long. I mean, when you're at lower levels, like floors 1 to, like, 5 or so, that's okay to kill them by yourself. But after that, you're going to start needing to, party up with people. And there's always somebody looking for party. So you can just join them and then kill the monsters, do the quests. Because you can't go to the next floor if you don't do the quests. Which I didn't know in the beginning when I was playing. I was like, why the hell can't I go through this portal? Because I was just killing monsters. So you have to do the quest from the NPC for the specific floors to advance a floor. Yeah, and just stick to those NPC quests. It's a lot of XP that they give you. And then once you get to higher levels, just farm floors. Like, so you'll be a lot higher than the mobs, so you can just go to like floor 9 while you're like my level right now and just get a lot of JXP. Or floor 10 and get a lot of JXP. If you're looking to level up, you're gonna have to probably get parties and jump on lower levels. What else to cover? Do dungeons every day. Make sure you do that. You get 100 dungeon points, and doing certain dungeons costs like 14 dungeon points, 15 dungeon points. But you get 100 every day to use, and sometimes they drop really good items. Also, some items you need to, advance your class. What else? Right now there's a Valentine's Day event going on. I would suggest doing the dungeon for that, so you can get this cool little avatar item like I got in my back pocket, that heart. I wished it was like cooler avatar stuff, but it was a girly flower on the head. What guy wants a girly flower on the head? No offense, but personally I don't want a girly flower on my head. And that's basically it, guys. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope I helped somebody. If not, then sucks for you. Alright, take care everybody, have a good day. Peace!